Take a little slow ride. Take a little slow ride.
You're listening to WeP3 Radio. WeP3 Radio is produced with the partnership of Reason Across America Radio with the mission to remember the fallen, honor those who have served, and teach future generations the value of freedom created
on WeP3 Radio, where we are committed to giving a voice to those who have served as service members and first responders. Here, today's Heroes Hits, here on WeP3 Radio. PATRIOT Pride.
You just heard Chris Turner, Slow Ride. Currently playing Kimberly Meyer, Dark Side of the Room.
Footsteps across the floor. Feel the cold against the bones. I say it in my mind. The flash that is no more.
Left, your left, hey. Left, right, your left. You got it.
Thank you for joining in today with Andrea Eichmann and Mark Peterson of the People's Patriot Project for this week's WeP3 Debrief. Find out what our crew has been working on to help support those who have given some and all to the pursuit of liberty and freedoms across Minnesota and the United States. Watch, listen, and support as we create the beacon of hope and opportunity in today's society that needs its heroes. Are you a veteran, first responder, or a patriot looking for a place to put your skill set, your thoughts, and or want to help continue the mission? You have come to the right place. We are the People's Patriot Project, and we want to be the shock and awe when it comes to meeting the needs of our veterans and first responders. We are dealing with a new enemy in today's world where the wounds are not always clean. We want to be part of this mission in saving lives and making a difference. Welcome to the WeP3 Debrief. Here's Andrea and Mark letting you know the mission. And as always, Patriot Pride.
Left, your left, hey. Left, right, your left. You got it.
Hola, ¿cómo está?
Boom.
Somebody boom, boom. Oh, I was speaking in Spanish.
It's my microphone. I hate
What?
the fact that you gotta switch between microphones now, but it is what it is. When you become a big show like this big show, you gotta do this technology crap. It's crap. It's crap.
Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Joe Willis.
You can't throw out Simplify Team. You can throw out Simplify. That works. And if you're sitting amongst a bunch of crayon eaters, you can say Simplify Team. But we're with you, brother. We're with you. I'm
Oh,
teasing.
not. I was eating M&M's. Does that count? They're wonderfully colored. Jeremy Daniels, good to
That's
see
Air Force.
you.
That's Air Force, Andrea. M&M's. That's what you get to eat when you're with the
Peanut
Air Force.
M&Ms? Like, I got peanut M&Ms.
Yeah, that might be Navy.
Okay, well.
Speaking of Navy, I talked to Shad Turner today. Interesting.
Long time no. I tagged him. I was hoping he'd hang out a little bit.
I didn't realize he'd changed his. He's now Navy Man Exteriors because he used to be Navy Man Can, and so I saw some really cool. They're all coming out of the woodwork now. We got David in the house. We got Amanda Brown from. Amanda, did you guys do anything? Did you guys go check out the Josie Awards yesterday at all by chance? Do you get into that at all?
Ah, dang, we should get you. I was actually just thinking Skittles.
Oh, yikes.
We should get them some.
That's for sure. That's for sure Navy right there. That's
Skittles and the rainbow. You can taste that rainbow. I got to figure out why I'm stuck in Heroes Media Group and get back to Andrea Eichmann.
Yeah.
There we go. Now I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Wait. Kevin Palmer won a Josie. We just had him on a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Very cool. Sorry, I got distracted. Meow. Squirrels, cats, whatever. Just ran past it.
Little puppy out there.
It was funny.
Jeremy Daniels in the house. The people are coming in, rolling in. No, had an event yesterday. Busy weekend. Busy weekend.
Busy as busy
does. David, this is going to sound weird, so I won't say it. That's what I'm going to say. That's done.
But what I like Sprees, but I don't know if they make Sprees anymore. Sprees and Coca-Cola would keep me able to drive for hours. Not together, like I didn't drop them in the bottle, like some weird people do there.
David seems to be a candy aficionado because he's telling me they still make Sprees.
Bottle caps. Yes.
I bet you, and again, I'll be honest, here's so in Minnesota, and I don't know if it's World's, I think they're working on World's largest candy store down in Shakopee, Chaska. Where is that at? That's in Jordan, Minnesota.
Yeah, like Jordan.
And it's huge, and they've got some really cool stuff in there. That's not candy related. Like they've got all the I'm gonna say the wrong stuff here because like DC comic and the Marvel comic characters like the Madoff life-size Thanos that there's only like 1 in 10 in the entire world, and they got one at this place. Where the hell are you talking about, Mark? Yeah, I know, right? But at this place, they call it the world's largest. I can't qualify it as world. I'm not.
No, it's Minnesota's largest. It's not even the USA largest. I just looked it up.
Did you?
Yeah.
But very large candy store and they have pies and they sell pumpkins and it's out in the middle of a cornfield, but not part of any of that. Anyway, you would be amazed. And when I walked through there, first of all, it's not my place. That's no surprise that you're hot tamale girl. That is no surprise at all. But I don't like people as much as walking through that place with the amount of people that are there. I don't like them like that.
Like
and
people.
Well, I'm starting to learn that more and more. You know, it's not that I didn't know this, but I mean, I'm starting to realize that investing in human beings is a gigantic waste of time in a lot of cases. So I know that may sound hurtful to some of you that are listening, but I don't know. I'm going through a phase. We'll call it a phase right now.
Well, what was that? I wasn't listening. I missed it. Okay. Well, you know what? You guys are here and you know what we're doing here. So we're preaching at the choir, but do you know what we call this? our debrief. We call it our debrief. And this is where Mark sits in his whitey tighties and he's here to let you know what we've been up to, or without the whitey tighties. I can't.
I don't even know. I can't even remember. Not that anyone needs to know this, but I do not know the last time I wore whitey tighties. It hasn't happened since high school.
Oh, chut. Really?
Yeah.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah. Serious.
They didn't have boxers that long ago? But
I'm
for real,
pretty sure they had
didn't have
boxers
boxer
before
briefs.
whitey tighties, to be
Yeah,
honest
but
with you.
not boxer briefs.
David, ask your serious question if there's really a such thing.
Yeah, I want to know the serious question. Let me just tell you about our debrief, because then in case someone comes along. Okay, listen. So on Sundays, we share what somebody else is doing, okay, to help the cause, to run their mission, to do something similar to what we do. And last night, you guys, we had an amazing guest. So if you did not see the show, please just go watch it a little bit and check out. Peterson's going to talk about Josh in a little bit, but he is positivity and grit and whatever I don't even care. Never ending desire. Well, he had a moment, but then now it's never ending desire to do the right things, the good things, the keep moving forward through everything. And our guests, the watchers we had last night, not the creepers, because they're out there, but I thank you for all the questions. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for checking out Josh's mission. He's got an event coming up on November 2nd, I think, down there in Mineral Wells, just west of Fort Worth, down in Texas. We always have our show sponsored by Smart Living. Brian Kenzer was on the show with us last night. I am a part of that, but Brian is the master of that. So you, if you follow the link, it'll take you to Brian. He'll answer all your questions. If you want to get into this healthy, organizational, American employed, created, driven, and sponsored online shopping company, just give him a call. Anyway, Catch 22, the Boho Hobos Hideaway, Contagion Effect, and Operation Texas Strong, and Kimmer Gwinner, who we are missing, who needs to be around soon. There's our sponsors. They pop in all the time. They have good stuff. They are some of who we know as the most supportive people in this industry. So, and present company included. We just don't have your sponsorships yet. October is coming to an end. We have so many things. Just ask Jonathan, the news guy. So many things going on in October. He likes to share. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, Country Music Month, the Josies just happened, Emotional Wellness Month, National Disability Employment Awareness Month, National Domestic Violence Awareness Month, National Depression Education and Awareness Month. And then today is National First Responders Day. We gotta get something up. Oh my gosh. This is designated by Congress in 2017. So we need to, oh my gosh, you guys, an estimated 240 million 911 calls are made in the US per year. Can you imagine? A fire department responds to a fire every 24 seconds somewhere in the United States, and the U.S. Emergency Medical Services take care of 22 million patients a year.
There are 600 million first responder calls a year, depending upon where you look at the data. And I can't divide that by how many seconds there are a year. Last night, one of our guests, and I thought I wrote it down. Did not write it down. Yeah, I did. 86,000 seconds in a day. And he's got that counted out, labeled out. But divide that by 600 million calls a year. So serious question of the day.
Yeah, I like the question.
Yeah. So you got to look it up and look at it. So here is part of, and again, by no means do I know everything.
No, but it's kind of a controversial thing too, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Won't know everything. Won't say. First of all, the number 22 is a debatable number to begin with. There we go. If you want to get into our grits and know where we stand, we say the numbers between 17 and 75 a day. The number
Because we
22.
include the first responders, right? Too.
Well, this is for veterans. Sorry.
Oh,
We're all
okay.
over the place. We're all over the place, and that's okay. Between 17 to 75 a day. So that then, now when I go and look up and do the research, for example, and I hate the fact that these numbers come in like at 2012. 2012, roughly 7,500 veterans committed suicide. That was veterans. On top of that, there was 177 active duty suicides, and on top of that, and I don't think this number's right either, but they said 176 people were killed in combat in that 1 year. And again, clear back to
2012.
I don't know that I agree with all those numbers, but it is what it is. And again,
Right.
I'm not standing there when that stuff happens. I think they do the best they can not to loop them in because they are different. And again, we have a dear friend of ours that, and we all have dear friends, but one of my grade school buddies, his son had went through the steps of committing and completing the course of suicide, and that was just 2 years ago. I do think they tried to keep those numbers separated. Again, in 2012, 7,500 roughly veterans commit suicide, but yet our average is 6,000 a year since 9/11, which is 20 years of suicides of 6,000 a year, which is ridiculous. Yeah, and yes, the numbers do increase, and we don't always get to know the exact accurate numbers of first responders either, because they actually get looped into the common folk, and which is suicide in itself is too high. We do need to find and figure out a way to get a grasp on the mental health and the things that are making those things happen. We do the best we can. And we try and create as many conversations as we can. Someone recently just challenged us in that what they came out and said, "What did I miss?" And because they had a loved one commit suicide, and my heart goes out to all those people, and my heart breaks for people that have to deal with that. I have a post-service suicide in my family. In fact, it was Mr. McGrady's birthday yesterday. We gather as a family. He would be 34 today or yesterday, and we get together and eat the foods he liked to order up, and they do, because he was born close to Halloween. He was kind of that Halloween baby, and they carve pumpkins with the little ones and stuff and everything. But that's what we do every year on his birthday, and just to remember, and we'll say his name, Jacob McGrady, and remember him. And there's so many other names to say and mention to make sure to remember. And so that was a piece where here's my little interview piece on the we never saw this one coming, and we knew that he was dealing with some stuff. We knew that he was on some meds, and we knew that he cold turkeyed them to do some stuff and to help and try someone else. And the next thing, we're getting a phone call, and it was a day, man. It was a day. Something we didn't expect. Little Baker man. So yeah, it exists, and it's in our lives, and he's part of the 22. We're not part of the 22, thank God. But and again, if you know someone that you're not going to see all the signs all the time, reach out. There's organizations everywhere. There's us. There's people online here. Make sure that you are giving the people the resources they can, and make yourself available. Recently, Oh, that was Mr. Willis. Mr. Willis said, "Be someone's stranger. Be a little bit open to having conversations. Know your suicide hotlines. We don't have to remember the big number anymore. 988 is our suicide hotline, and that is a textable number as well. Um, be available. Be available. That always gets into a dark conversation. I don't know that I ever really talk about the one in my life, but we do talk about other people. Thank you, Mr. Hassan. He's trying to create an opportunity for us. He said he was going to promote us in some spaces and see what we think and like. We'll talk about it, see what it looks like. We're also uh, the resources the People's Patriot Project brings in. We try to make sure. It's not even making sure. We get it done. The majority of the resources that we bring in goes to veterans and first responders, but then you got this crapshoot because we could reach more people, and more people could see what the green is doing, and so we mix that whole thing. And bottom line is, if we had the resources, we constantly say there wouldn't be an ask that we have we turned out. When's the last time we turned out an ask? Do you remember?
No, just through the vetting process, but not really through. Yeah,
not resource.
I know a couple of times we like we had to do a quick fundraiser because we didn't. I know we didn't have enough. We didn't have enough to do a whole flooring in a house, but we did a match. We did a fundraiser with a match. So that one was kind of fun for a minute. I just don't feel like social media fundraisers are what they used to be. And so it wasn't, it wasn't the same. I got a creeper coming in. He's stepped down. Okay, so someone in one of our shows a while back was talking about the active duty and kind of your friend's son as well. Sometimes it's chalked up not even as a suicide. And so I've become very leery of the training accidents that happen because I think that's one of the people that we talked to. That's what theirs was chalked up to. And so that way it doesn't hit the numbers at all, not active duty or veteran 22 numbers. It's not. And then we had the VA. We had a lady on our tail one time from the VA here in Minnesota, and she just wanted to argue for a day. Says, you can't keep saying 22. That's not even the right number. And just like arguing. And I was like, listen, I'm not out there. I'm not counting. I don't know. Like, yeah, you could be right today, but you could be super off yesterday and tomorrow. Like you don't get to say, any more than I do. And so I finally was like, you have to stop harassing me about the number 22. It is a number that is representative that everybody understands what we're talking about when we talk about it. And so it's not consistent. It's not going to be every year it was 22 a day. I wish it would be less. That would be nice. But Amanda's saying it went up this year. It's ugly and it's nasty. And yeah. So yeah, they can have their, and not to mention the data is a few years behind. Have you ever checked that out? Like whenever I was researching it, I was checking 2017 data. I'm like, it's 2020. Where's last year's data? Like, when do you run? It should be a box clicked that could be counted, a person would think. And I don't know why the people at the top fight it. Like, give it a number, give it a name, and say their names and call it what it is, because you can't fix a problem you can't identify. So fixing is it's a wishful word. We're not going to fix it, but we're going to try to help. We're not
fixing it. No, and that's even in our language. We're not here to fix anyone. We're here to support. And that's, interesting and eerie and ironic that I sit here, and even as we're sitting here having these conversations, I try and do the research as quickly as possible, and literally the first thing that pops up is 2012, and I'm like, that's 12 years. I mean, that's 68,000 people that we've already lost since then, and or more. And here you go. Get it up.
It is.
Great question. Thank you for asking it, Mr. Willis. I there's no bona fide answer in any of this. It's like counting ballots up for an election,
Oh gosh. What he said is, please make sure you vote. That's what he said. Oh my God. Has anyone else noticed that the muck is, it's going to be over our heads if the muck just keeps growing. I can't. I have some apps that update me with news all the time. And I'm like, stop. You're slinging poo. Stop. I actually would like to know what are you good at? What are you good at? Stop talking about what nobody else can do and tell me what you might do.
Amen. Thank you. Quit pointing the finger. We know we live. We've all lived this. Just tell me what you're going to do. There should be new rules established. Keep everyone's name out of your mouth. Tell us what you qualify. Oh my goodness, we have royalty in the house.
There he is. Oh my gosh, it's been so long.
We have the one, the only Eric Mello here, brother. We miss you, man. We miss you.
Contagion effect, dude, in the house.
Busy guy.
I was gonna make up a thing like Peterson can't get the promo done on time, so vote for me. Right? I'm gonna tell you what I can get done. Let me tell you what I can get done. Can I do it any better? No. Can't do it any better or any quicker, but vote for me because he can't get his stuff done.
That's 2 days in a row you threw me under the bus. Wow.
I didn't throw you under the bus. You're such a poop. You old poop. Name the movie where the old lady calls her husband an old poop. You old poop.
I'm not your husband.
No, I'm just doing a movie line.
You are the old lady, but I'm not your husband.
You know what? You can still be an old poop. I think is it Audrey Hepburn? Now I gotta go look. Oh my gosh.
Squirrel again.
That was a double freaking whammy. It is Katharine Hepburn. You old poop. One of my childhood. I'm gonna go ahead and so you that's even older. That's a good one. Look at Frankly Dear. It's on Golden Pond, and if you haven't seen it, it's Henry Fonda and Katharine Hepburn.
You know how long ago that movie came out, and you know how long ago I chose not to watch that movie back then, and never, ever, ever. There's not ammunition of any kind in that movie, so I probably wouldn't watch it. That's the way.
It's pretty laid back.
I've got to watch my movie's got to have ammunition in them. That's the way it works.
Dude, he falls out of the boat and hits his head.
No ammunition. No ammunition.
It's
not caveman ammunition. That's a rock.
He's we can't watch Jane Fonda, right? Because we don't like Jane Fonda. Is that true?
Well, that's a political statement there, Miss Eichmann.
That's not political. No. No, that had to do with military stuff. She shows up, but she's a bad mom. So
is that what you're doing right now, David? You're getting total knee replacement as we're speaking. Is that what's happening?
Oh,
I think it's Billy Badass when the guy, and I'm sure women too. So I just never known one yet. When they do both knees or the hip all at the same time, I'm like, whoa! But they do that stuff now.
No, when? Who?
Yeah, they do it. It's like get them both done at the same time, and they got you up on your feet like in a matter of day. That they don't even play anymore. On Tuesday, you're getting it done. You can't say it's not fun. You haven't done it yet.
Maybe he had one done already.
I don't know what.
Yeah, I was gonna
Mello's
say I didn't know they
talking
let you
about.
do it.
What is Mello talking about?
The wire hangers on your knees.
Oh,
Is that a story?
no, I don't know.
Last Tuesday.
Never heard of
Oh, he knows. He knows then. He had it done last week. It's crazy though, like they do this stuff and then they get you up and walk you around where
Oh,
I'd be like,
yes.
can I just
Yeah, that you can say it's not fun then.
stay here can you just right, you're going to PT. Can I just lay here and you change the channels for me, please? That's what I want to do
We don't have to do that anymore.
when I get there. Yeah, see? This stuff. They're like, get out of bed. Let's go for a walk. Craziness.
I had a football player a few years ago break his frickin' femur. Yes. There's people who die when they break their femurs. And they had him on his feet by the end of the day. And I'm like, whoa, forget
The
that.
stuff they know and the stuff they can do. It's crazy nuts. I don't know if you guys heard. Did you hear our music at the beginning? Look at that.
Yes, I did.
Boom. That was straight up from our. Are you going to replace Mark E. Peterson's knee?
Yeah,
Kevin,
I'm being replaced. This sound. I'm okay.
Can I be there when you take it? Crowbar. Are we using a crowbar? Oh, your kid is right. No, you're fine. That's good. David, then you can be part of this.
How old's your kid? And have they been drinking yet?
Oh,
you don't have to say that. I was just joking.
This might be a teenager. Is this a teenager, older teenager driving?
Anxiety. Yeah, that would probably add more pain. Just
stop stomping on the brake over there in the passenger
probably
seat.
clenching your.
Yeah, he's 16.
Yeah. You're doing those butt clenches when you're getting nervous, and that's causing pressure in your knee. So
yeah, next you'll be having lower back surgery. Yeah. Don't do that. What song was playing, Peterson, when you?
Well, we got "Slow Ride" by Chris Turner right out the bat.
Yeah,
and that's Chris Turner. Boom.
And then we had Kimberly Meyer with her.
Yeah. And then what happened?
Don't do it, Bobby Withrow.
Stop it.
Oh, we got new people on here now. We really do truly like. Oh boy. We really do truly. We used to travel so much more, Peterson and I we borrowed a car from Bobby one time. He was super awesome to let us borrow it. We didn't break it necessarily, but in the middle of a freaking rain, thunder, pouring.
It didn't work while we were using it, but that's what happens. And
it worked. It worked for before that, and then all of a sudden we're driving and there's no windshield wipers, and it is. Okay, not only is it like the storm of the century for about an hour, but we don't know where we are, where we're going, and there's only two of us, and I'm trying to read the map. And thank you for being here, David Willis. Thank you much, and take care, bud. And so before we left, what is that town where Nick Valentine? We went to see Phantom.
Capel. Nope, that's not right.
Killeen,
Texas.
Killeen.
Yes.
And because it's by Fort something down there. Anyway, it's been a few years, but Bobby gave us, and so we got no wipers. So we try driving. I'm trying to watch the lines and keep Mark going straight. And I'm like, we're going to have to rig something up. I've done this before, but never had I really done it like this. We had 2 dog leashes and 2 pieces of rope, because you can't buy a whole rope at the Dollar General.
We could have, but I had a plan.
So we rigged it up. And so we have a video. It's somewhere in the archives where he's over there driving, and I got this rope way over here, and I'm whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. And then he'd be like, just stop a minute, there's cars coming. And then we were driving the storm rain at like 50 miles. We were those people, 50 miles an hour, because we can't see, don't know what's going on. And then as soon as these people would go past, I kid you not, I had muscle cramps the next day. I was like, oh my gosh, my shoulders. It was ridiculous. It
This
was
is a
funny.
lady that works out every weekend, folks.
It was, well,
Not
I
every weekend,
knew
every morning. And
I didn't back then.
a, a
I would have
little
been
bit of
such a
little bit of
better.
leash pulling, and she pulls the leash all the time with her dogs. I don't get it.
I would have been so much better now, but I couldn't. I was, yep. So I was
Mr.
there.
Williams, you remember, we'll see you. Take care. Be healthy, wealthy, and wise. Stop pinching and tightening up the lower
Yeah,
extremity.
the sphincters.
Hey, if
Yes.
you missed your show yesterday, my goodness, what an inspiration! What an awesome opportunity! We had Joshua Home from Still Hope Foundation, and this
Here,
guy has been
look at this
down.
guy.
Yeah,
Look at him. The push-up champion.
his stuff doesn't work from the waist down, and all related to his involvement in the service. He tells us of his spectacular journey to his new mission, creating and building, equip, and empower others to help people who will continually be still,
Yep.
believe, expand, stand, transform, encourage, enlighten, and love around the world. And the guy speaks it from the heart. He performs it from the soul, and he's just getting it done. And you know what? He came into the show last night on location, where he runs his popcorn stand and his lemonade stand, and which sounds, I'm not going to lie, it sounds goofy. But this is how he gets out there, and this is how he gets his mission out. Andrew has been, I wouldn't say begging, suggesting, wants to have a product with the People's Patriot Project, and we're doing that. And I'm not poo-pooing it at all, ever. And we had this conversation last time with Jonathan too. I'm not poo-pooing, but I'll be honest. The amount, I'm coming up with excuses. We need to be out there every weekend. We need to be out there as many days as we can. We need to share the mission. People need to see the beacon. You need to be and know that there's an opportunity of resources and an opportunity of support. I don't want to add more to my plate in the fact that I don't want to learn how to pop popcorn and squeeze lemons and do all those pieces on top of the mission, on top of our daytime job. I'm sounding like a whiny little baby, because then I apparently don't want to get the job done, which is not right and it's not accurate. So we'll figure it out. I would like to come up with something other than popcorn and lemonade, but that's just my opinion.
Lots of ideas. I mean, we've talked about doing like Bloody Mary mix, or asparagus and pickles in a jar for your Bloody Marys, or if you just like spicy pickles, all kinds of ideas. I mean, we could sit at a stand every weekend and, sample all the Bloody Marys and share them with everybody and sell all the products all the time, all summer. I don't know what that would do for us, but we could do it. So Josh is a ball of fire. His wife, Crystal, is so amazing, because where would he be without the support that she gives? I was actually messaging with her in the background last night and just telling her, like, man, this guy. And so I talked to Joshua about a year and a half ago, I suppose, because somebody introduced him to this rundown ranch area, this big old house, super rundown, like you could see the bricks. It was so, and that's when I met him. He was like, look at this, look what we got, Andrea, we're gonna make this something. And I was like, absolutely you will, I can tell. And so I kind of just checked in with him, because he of course wanted to come on the show, but was so busy. And then a couple times he was laid up and not able to be on the show anyway. And so now he was in a good place. And even though I booked him like a month and a half ago, he ended up in the hospital about 2 weeks ago. Same thing, but that is his grit. You guys, the dude just, what did he say last night, Mark, about can't feel, his feet were burning or something, and it was so painful, and he had a job to do, so he had to get out there and do it and forget about that pain. And I just because our heart beats for all others. I think that's how he said it. Oh my gosh, it's so inspirational, you guys. I just find purpose through your pain. Pain is part of your process. See?
Well, he has so many principles and ideas and additions and stuff. Strap on, shut up, step out, stop focusing on your weaknesses, be consistent, get her done. And I just
focus on your strengths. Like he flipped that around too. Like, what are you good at? Pick one thing you're good at and just do that one thing until you're great at it. And then you can pick another thing and then work on that one thing. I just have three squirrels.
I'm really good at yelling at people. That's what I'm good at.
So let's turn that into something positive. And okay, let's do that.
Make me a drill sergeant. No, don't want that either. I don't want to babysit anymore.
Alrighty then, dude.
What do we got then?
Well, I was just gonna say that we had Jonathan choose our music last night, and so Peterson always asks, like, we didn't have a musician, right? We did have a musician, but imagine this: he double booked because there was some hurricane that went through, so he was doing a fundraiser. Could have told him no, not having it. You booked us, but no, he's an amazing guy, and he needed to go do his fundraiser. And so it was kind of I think we had 2 days maybe, and we did not have someone else come on. And so we let Jonathan, and Peterson's always like, Jonathan, you got some music picked out so that we're ready. And Jonathan does really well because he usually has an idea, but then Jonathan, he listens. He's a very good listener. And he's like, I do got some picked out, but I'm going to see how this goes. Did you hear I tried to do that accent even?
You missed
pretty
it.
close. Anyway, so as we were meeting.
You spoke too fast.
This is true. As we were meeting Josh from Steel Hope. I'm just kidding. Where is he? I can't make fun of him if he's not here.
Jonathan, I'm so sorry, brother.
No, this is a conversation between me and Jonathan. I told him one time or twice or maybe 3 times. Sometimes I'm just a northern. I've lived in Minnesota all my life. We talk fast, but not as fast as those East Coast people. But there's one line, all of you from the South, please. This is endearing to me. There's one line from Sweet Home Alabama, and I was so in love with Josh, the guy that she didn't think was very smart or wealthy, right? And it's funny in the middle of one of their conversations because he goes, just because I talk slow don't mean I'm dumb. And I think it's hilarious, and it's spot on, right? It's a movie, but it's spot on. And so, Jonathan, that was for you. I hope you're listening. He had to work late, so I don't think he's probably listening. So anyway, after kind of getting the tone in the room and listening to Josh speak and the inspiration that Josh is, Jonathan picked last weekend, the weekend before, we had Frank Gonzalez, who played live. He was here with Kevin Key. And the very first song Josh broke into is I Can Only Imagine. By Mercy Me. And so Jonathan was inspired to play Frank Gonzalez singing that, which is amazing. And if you listen to the podcast version of our show, I did fix the volume because it was weirdly, Frank's got this big voice, but on our show it came across kind of quiet. So then talking about the determination and the stick to it and tie your shoes tighter and get going and all of that. Jonathan chose Grind by Malachias Gaskins. He's inspirational himself, Malachias, and so that was awesome. And then to finish off the night, because of all, we were just full, our hearts were full, our inspiration cup was full. Peterson had 8,000 new ideas in his brain, I'm sure. And so Jonathan closed us out with Life is Good by Stephen John, but also because Stephen John, I don't know where you are right now, but you've been on our hearts and in our minds. And so we just wanted to hear about Life is Good from Stephen John. If you have not heard that song, yeah, go listen, you guys. It's like one of the, they call it earwig, right? When you get it in your head and you can't get it out of your head. It's one of those.
That's a bug. That's a bug.
I know, but it's called
Did you just say you don't know where Stephen John's at?
Well, right at this moment, I don't know where he's at. No.
I know where he's at, but if he ain't there, he's busy with his new wife doing what they do, like being on the boat. Probably being on the boat.
Earworm. It's called an earworm. Dang it.
That's all right. That's all right.
Yeah, the earwig is that cute little bug that lives out in your garden that it looks like a mini like scorpion or something, doesn't it?
Yeah, but you put it in our ear, which is now I'm gonna have nightmares now.
Yeah, well, you'll get a good song in there with it. So hang on. Hang on.
I don't have nightmares.
You guys, okay, so I can't I don't know. Because we do this the day after the show, we're still pumped. And then I got to tell you who we have next week. And it's, speaking of being pumped, we have got Colonel retired Michael Burrows coming in. Hey, if you are on Facebook, if you're in our group, People's Patriot Project, or the We the People group, go join the Buzz, which if you join, I got to figure out how to allow you because I set one more layer of security on there because we do get a lot of Nikki who has sometimes. Ooh. Yeah, and so
that's why most of the guys go there.
That's why they yell at me when I get in there and I have my notifications on, so I have to always go check. But anyway, so Colonel Burrows or Michael Burrows is oftentimes our morning greeter, and then he fills you up with information that he knows is happening. He is a peer mentor, and he's got a lot of in this group that he's in. They do like 2 or 3 mentor or coffee groups a day. And so he's always letting you know what's going on in there. So he'll be on our show this coming Sunday. And so this is a time when I was like, hey, Michael Burrows, you know a lot of people in this world, in this world, like what we do and what you do. And do you have a musician you'd like to either bring along or have us contact? And he chose that Dave Bray guy. And so I reached out to Dave's wife. I'm like, hey, Becky. And we're going to make it happen. So Dave Bray will be here on Sunday night with Michael Burrows. Oh. It's going to be energetic and fun. And by the way, Peterson, I already started the promo. So it's in the thing. I figured since I was sending the letter, I could load up the pictures. And then I thought, well, I'll just throw them on there. They're not in order or anything, but everything's ready for you to.
Great job.
Make the promo. Because remember when I said you didn't do it on time? I didn't want to I was making that up as an example.
We heard you. We heard you.
I know, as an example. So now I want to try to help, beef you up a little bit. So yeah, so be looking for that. It's going to be a fun time. We are also, and this is, I say we, I think Peterson has kind of taken the lead on this one. Here's a link to our radio station. It was down for just a few days, which causes us some stress and anxiety. And then we are now working with Rees Across America. And so I sat down and sorted all the music that we had in this big file folder. And I sorted, organized, and recorded all of it just because that helps my brain focus. And then Peterson came in and he helped the next step, the next level. And I think he's learning how to run some of the background, the behind the scenes stuff on the radio. Tonight, I'm going to make a couple voiceover thingies. It's going to be cool. And so any musicians out there, if you know any, if anyone is watching, we have some of your music. We don't have all of it. I think even some of our oldies, and by that I just mean the ones we've known a long time, have new music too that we just haven't had them on for a while, and we just probably, I can't imagine, we've been a little busy to get stuff loaded. And so go check out our radio station, you guys. If you have anything to add, please let us know. And as long as you're checking it out, if you would share, just share something, share it somewhere, somehow, play it at work. I don't know. But I love, was it Jonathan? No. Peterson, did you say last night? 2 people have it on right now.
But we don't share that information.
No, at that moment in time, it was just funny because he can even go in and see. I try to play it at school all day, not that it's on, loud, but I like having it on there. So, anyway, go check it out, please. Bring us your music. Bring us your fun. Yeah, that.
You gonna update us on Reads Across America?
Dude, we are, I put notes in here. You know what notes I put? We are at a point where a lot of the planning that we will be doing this year is kind of coming together. And so I'm putting together the moving parts and people in the program. And right at this moment, we are begging, pleading, asking, looking, meeting, sending emails, and I've been calling even to find the right people to send the emails. We need some wreaths. We need to get wreaths out there to cover our headstones at Minnesota's Fort Snelling National Cemetery. I put it on Facebook all the time, but weirdly, most of my people are around the country, but hopefully that makes them think about what national cemetery they may have people at, or they may live near. And you guys, it's a $17 wreath. 17. I order one like every other week or something, just because I like to help people walk through the process. So I just order one every once in a while, so I know how the process works, and it's so easy. So easy. So easy. Yeah. It's so easy.
Yeah.
So easy. And Jeremy Daniels, maybe we should have a taco truck come to Reach Across America.
Whoa.
Tacos are food too.
They are.
I think that's what I'm actually having for dinner tonight, Jeremy. Tacos.
It's not Tuesday.
It's going to be chicken tacos because it's a little bit leftover stuff.
We got anything else?
I think it's good. You got anything?
I don't.
I'm perusing our little notes. And
Oldest cemetery in Texas once again. You keep doing it, brother. I'd like to hear more about your story in regards to that. So we'll have to connect and get that lined up and hear it and do it. When we were in Maine for the Reads Across America event, we met a family who got a cemetery registered and put together. And that was down in Texas. I don't remember what part of Texas that was, but definitely not the oldest. But
I think she's in the Houston area, and they just had so many relatives buried there that are military that she, oh my gosh, the word, not petitioned, but she went to,
sure,
she had to go to the Supreme Court and ask for it. Like she went through all the Texas courts and then, anyway, and got it approved this year. So she was awesome. She was awesome. So, yep. We also heard a story about a lady who had a request for, you can order your wreath to be placed. Some people do that if they can't make it to the cemetery. And not all cemeteries do this. In Minnesota here, I'm guessing because young people volunteer, not just young, but people that don't mind the cold. That's not me. But they come and volunteer, and then they will willingly place wreaths for other people. And so there was a lady up in Maine that was sharing how she had like 3 wreaths. I think she was in like Kentucky, like somewhere away, maybe Virginia. And like, I'm sure there might have been an exaggeration in this, but she went in through the woods and waded through the river and climbed the cliff and went back over and had to go down the holler and over into the daisy field and then laid a wreath on a cemetery. It was an amazing story. That's not the exact story. I made part of that up because I don't remember, but it was
a
such an
lengthy
amazing
story about her adventures of getting the wreath there, which was intriguing, and it was.
I think there was a waterfall. I think she had to go behind the waterfall. It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. So that's what Wreaths Across America will do. I mean, pretty amazing people, Merle. So
1 week.
I want to thank you all for coming in tonight. What a fun show. Shoot, an hour flew by. Good questions, good conversation, great people. Kevin, do you know Kevin, or is that someone you know?
Yeah, go look.
I don't know. So anyway, we will be here Sunday night again.
Kevin, did I miss?
Kevin Grass, right here. There you go.
Gosh, my brain is going. I remember conversations, but I don't remember details.
Cool. You'll figure it out.
Yep. 1 week. Make sure you do have a job, you do have a duty, you do have a responsibility, and that is to just get out. We're not going to tell you what side. We're not going to tell you who. We just need you to get out there and share your voice and vote. Please go out and vote. It's important. It's critical. And let's make sure we're doing it right. Be part of the process. Be part of the system. And let's get her done. With that said, we have the very talented Scotty Frazier, Red, White, and Blue.
Let's do it.
Seen her out in LA playing with the band. In Carolina, dancing on the sand. She's a star that's slipping through my hands, like the ones that fell on Alabama. She's red, white, and blue. Red, white, and blue. She's my kind of girl, 'cause she's red, white, and blue. Get you high as the Colorado skies, and she shines like those New York City lights. As tough as Texas, and brother, she just might knock you to the ground if you start a fight. She's red, white, and blue. Red, white, and blue. She's my kind of girl, 'cause she's red, white, and blue. She'll wait there in the harbor, holding up her light. She'll bring a fallen soldier home underneath her stripes. She's red, white, and blue. Red, white, and blue. She's my kind of girl, 'cause she's red, white, and blue. She's red, white, and blue. Red, white, and blue. She's my kind